Coming Frontline, another StreamYard test, chilling with Kat and Brant here.
Yeah.
Just testing all the features out and trying to get comfortable with the new service and all that stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But you and Mike had a cool stream earlier talking about Powers of X and all that.
We did. I know Brand has not read any of his books
Nope.
yet, so we'll not be talking about that. But we had a good chat for that. And if you want it, chilling with Comic Frontline. If you want more of those type of videos, let us know. I was telling Mike right before the show, I'm like, I'm so sweaty because I just went to the park. I was just like, and then I was going to do it on my phone. And we learned we couldn't do it on our phone. So I was like, shit, I got to get home. Because I know Mike said, oh, let's plan for 3:30. And honestly, the day just went away. And I was like, oh, shit, it's 3:30. And I checked my phone. I checked my phone. And I was like, oh, shit. So I went home and I was 10 minutes late. But we did the show and it was good.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I had to skip around because you guys were going to spoil it, obviously. But as a matter of fact, there was one point I skipped to it and you were like, spoiler, and I was like, oh crap. Fast forwarded just to see how it went and everything. So
that's why we have our spoiler alert going on. Oh, you know, one thing I did notice, so because I hosted the show for the thing, is that I only get private chat. I don't get the comments on here, which is interesting. Yeah, at least from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. So I mean it's just the host that can do that then. Because I'm hosting this time for anybody that doesn't know out there. And I like that. I mean, you guys did well with like the live comments and stuff, posting them up on the screen. I love that feature. That's like my favorite part of this.
Yeah, and the image that goes along with it. Yeah. Really, really excited about that. And I guess, and if you guys, anybody's watching, but the thing we kind of discussed is that we're going to try to highlight your comments, but also use a banner for like what we're talking about. So it might be easier to skim through the show because we'll have a banner of the subject. So I know not everybody watches the full podcast, and I'm sure you skim to the stuff you actually want to hear. And it'll be a lot easier for you guys that watch post live. And even if you guys do watch live, like what we're talking about, you might run and get some, pizza or something and be like, oh, what are they talking about? And you can actually see it right there, which is cool. But if there's multiple people, the banner does block people's faces. So that's something we have to work on as well.
Yeah, we haven't tested it with all of us on this yet. So we got to see what that layout looks like too. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah. I do like, though, that you can go minimal with the banners. So you can, and it goes with the names and stuff too. Click that banner off. So like,
so you gotta put the name, because that's the thing. So I was talking to Mike, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the name was there, but I guess you have to press for the name as well." There's a section.
Yeah, like there is a section for it, and then like if you put a banner up, it gets rid of the names. So as soon as you hide the banner, though, the names come back. It's under brand at the bottom. I think there's a little check thing. But we can do a background. That's the only one we've got on the free version.
Oh, that's cool though.
Yeah,
it's
so
something.
Like
it's all the time.
if we ever go do upgrade though, we can change the background and do custom stuff and like custom stuff like that.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. So just it's pretty neat. Some of the features we got here. That's pretty much all you can do right there. And we can change the layout and stuff like that, like you guys played around with.
Yeah. So you could do that live with whatever that's not paid.
Yeah, I mean with the overlay like that, you can only do. I think you can only do this one, but like the paid version, you can change it. Like if I click upload, it says. Free plan comes with one example. If you'd like to upload your own images, upgrade. So, but yeah, it's cool to know you have that option if we decide to go there.
Yeah, and we are definitely thinking about it because we do like this. I'm gonna check also the video, make sure everything's going smooth. Yeah, it looks good over there as well. So yeah, I think we're gonna test this out, and so far it's again gone really smoothly for all of us. Our worry is that's in the beta stage, so hopefully it sticks like this, and they're not like, let's make a lot more money and not make all this available for free.
Right. It did say there's a possibility of them limiting the broadcast time, so that's the one concern that we really have going forward. If that happens, if this gets popular, and I've seen a lot of people talking about this, so it could get get popular. So we'll see.
Well, especially because it's only been a day since YouTube quit. And maybe a lot of people don't know about it because honestly, if Chris didn't go on, I don't think we would have known that it would have went out this early. Like we knew the message was there. If I wouldn't thought like, oh yeah, August 1st is the day.
Right.
So
that's true. Yeah, I thought like I looked it up when Chris started messaging me about it, and all the articles said October. Wow. And I was like, man, this came out of nowhere for me. I mean, I don't know, maybe I missed something, but
I didn't even think about it. In all honesty, I don't know. I think this is better than Google Hangouts, which is good. But again, I hope it sticks that way.
Yeah.
Our other options is what is it called? Light stream.
Yeah.
We tried that one out, and it was really confusing. We weren't huge fans, but
yeah, for anybody that uses OBS, it's similar to that in that you can move your windows all around and do all kinds of customization. But we had so many problems even getting it started. Like our audios weren't working and all kinds of different things. So it took us a long time just to get that up and running last night. So,
and I would say if multiple people are on a channel like us, it's a little difficult because you might have something set for one show and then the next show it's still set up like that. So it's not as organic as something like this where you're like, okay, you click on stuff, you get some banners going on.
And I love this because you can like I think you can put as many banners as you want and just like have them set before the show and then click them as you're going live. So like we go into news, pop up a news banner, go into top 5, pop up a top 5 banner, whatever we're talking about. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like it.
And go on, Brant.
I was just gonna say it's really easy to use.
It is. It's simple. And one thing I was talking about with Mike is that even just certain topics. So let's say we're on the topic of Power of X. We could literally put the banner of like Power of X sucks or Power of X is awesome or something stupid.
Yeah, totally.
And we can private chat like what our next banner will be or whatever. So Chris doesn't have to keep thinking on his toes, you know?
Yeah, definitely. That's really cool.
And I'm gonna leave a comment so you could see what the comments look like.
Yeah.
So I just left one.
Okay.
It is.
No, it's not come through yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's interesting. I see it on the actual. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's a slight delay there.
So there we go.
That's the small version, and then we can go big with it.
No, I really like the big one.
Yeah, I do too.
No.
I thought maybe like with the names it looks better small, but then you got to keep switching back and forth. So maybe we just keep it big. But
one thing I'm also curious about is can a person enter a live show once it's already live?
Oh, that's a good question. I wish one of our friends was around to try that right now. That would be awesome. Yeah.
I don't know if anyone is, but if you guys are watching, Chris, Mike, or Jay, pop on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a question if you can actually enter a live show when it's live. Because sometimes we do that because it's like, all right, we got to start at 10. And then not everyone's always ready at 10. So, it's just things to think about.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
There we go.
Question mark.
Yeah, I know. I forgot the question mark. Oh well.
Yeah. No, question mark isn't like, is it or is it not?
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So and again, we'll see. One thing I do like as well is that we do have the timer. So we can see how long we're going. So if we're going too long on a topic, we'll be like, shit, we've been on this thing for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I was about to say we have 2 watching, but I forgot you and I are both watching. So it's probably us.
It's probably just us on this. But I think they've now seen all the test streams. They're like, oh, so we won't be watching this. But we did get some in the afternoon, which I was like totally surprised by. We got like a good 5 people watching, and that's something that wasn't announced or anything. So.
Yeah, same as last night. We got several people watching, so that was cool.
We had like 10 people watching last night. But then after that, I think we were like, all right, we get it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to go on this. But if you guys really want us, to see behind the curtain, this is it.
Yeah.
This is behind the curtain.
This is what we do. We got to do all this stuff so we can make it right for you guys when it goes live.
Yeah.
Speaking of going live, if anybody does happen to watch this, you guys are going live with Media Madness soon.
Yes, we are. We're going to be talking about She-Ra. So I've seen the episodes, which is good. And there's only 6 of them. So that's why you're getting a show. I know a lot of you guys are just like, why didn't you review like Orange New Black and like Glow and all that stuff? I'm on episode 6 of that. And also it just seems like one thing I guess at least in my opinion, what I'm trying to focus on is more shows that I think like our audience will like. Like, I mean, I like Orange New Black. But I don't know if, you know, our comic audience really cares about it very much. So, and She-Ra at least is in like geek culture. Orange New Black is very far from it. Even Glow, like I like the show, but I don't know if they'll review it just because it's.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I know there's wrestling and comic crossover, but Glow it's wrestling, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's like its own thing. So yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
No, I was basically just agreeing with you. It's like we're trying to focus more on stuff like you said, like the more pop culture, more comic related stuff. So I get that.
More like geek stuff. So like the next one I think we're doing is Young Justice, and then after that I don't know because I don't know what comes out for a while. Like I don't even know. I'm trying to think. I guess after that, honestly, it might be the DC TV premieres because like can you think of anything that's even coming out?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, Harley's later in the year too, so
October. So
and that's when the DC stuff comes out too, right? It's like September, October.
Yeah, and I don't like. We used to do so many filler episodes, and even though those are fun, I think our schedules have gotten so hectic. It's like sometimes it's nice to just take a week off or take a couple of weeks off, and then like give you a really good quality show. Than just like quantity over quality,
Yeah. Plus, you get burnt out if you're just like covering everything under the sun too. So.
Oh yeah, no, that's where I got to the level of like I was getting really burnt out, and honestly, like I've been able to use some shows for escapism instead of just like this is work, and if I don't have to do it for work, then like work. Then it's like I should just watch this for fun, like because I do all of the comic shows for work, so it's just like. All right, I focus on that for that. And now, like Glow or Orange New Black, I watch that on my own time.
Yeah, we actually got a comment.
Oh, nice.
SXLVS says, I'm a geek. I love anime. What about you? I personally think anime is better than all of Marvel. I'm always okay. Well,
we won't say that.
Yeah, we'll get that. I didn't even notice that part. I'll just get that off. Sorry about that. I should read the whole comment before I pop it up on the screen.
Oh man, but yeah, we could read that first comment though. And honestly, it's probably a show that we're going to delete anyways. But for anime, I like it. It's a cool medium. I haven't been able to watch as much as I used to, but again, like I see a lot of people are like, you should review anime, and then it's just like, but that's another thing. Like, I think like a lot of people, our generation, and just because of the internet, makes our hobbies our job. And I think for me and Brant especially, we know that because like our jobs do have to do with something that came from our hobbies.
Right.
So you have to utilize other things for escapism, and for us, it's just like. All right, but if we're doing this for shit, like comics was our main thing. It's like, but that's your job. Like, what other things do you use? So, so that's why I'm like, okay, I could make a review for this, or I could like talk about this, but I'm not. That way, I don't,
Yeah, it's like when Chris and I started doing the wrestling podcast a few years ago. It was like, okay, I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I was like really into it. I'm going to do this podcast. I'm going to talk about it. But when I started having to watch it on time and talk about it all the time, I was like, man, this sucks. I don't want to do this. I don't like talking about it, in that context. I just want to kind of enjoy it. So
and it's different from like talking to your friends or something. It's not like if I watch Orange New Black or whatever, it's not like I'm not going to text Jay or Jeremy. I can still text them about it and we can still talk about it, but I don't have to make it a broadcasted show to talk about these things because I don't know, I think you get to a point in your life where you just got to like prioritize things.
It's like today's culture is that though. It's very much whatever I'm into, share it with the world, and it's that kind of thing. Yeah,
exactly. And monetizing yourself, which is obviously something we've seen. And for us, yes, that's part of our job. So that's why we have to do it. For I think again, for me and Brant, like we have to like brand ourselves all the time. It's not something we want to do, but if we want to sell our books or do the things we need to, we have to. But I think a lot of people do that in general. Like what is Facebook is like you're putting a different self of you. So you get so used to it. And that's kind of what culture's become. So it's nice just to enjoy and not have to share your opinion on everything.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting that like when you start off doing this kind of stuff, the YouTube and everything, it's like you're, at least in my case, maybe it was different for you, but in my case, it was like, okay, I'm putting my best foot forward and I'm, like you said, presenting my best version of myself that I can. And as time goes by, more of me starts seeping in and I care a little bit less about putting on a facade and I just become me.
Yeah, for sure.
It's interesting the way that develops because it's like, oh, I've got to, project this image. And then it's like, well, you know what? That's exhausting. After a while.
It is exhausting. Yeah. I would say that's really helpful for like a show that we do here, obviously Frontline Live, where we literally could just be ourselves. I think it's a little harder, again, coming from the point of view of like Comic Uno. Not that I do it on purpose, but you are definitely a different version of yourself there. Than you are like on a podcast here, where you're just like genuinely just talking. But when you are by yourself, you kind of have to be more active and more like energetic and
absolutely.
Like you can't like in real life, you're not like that. I am that person when I talk about like things I enjoy, but I'm not like that all the time. Sorry for that. But when we're on Frontline Live, you could be a little more monotone and be less like, oh my God, I'm shouting at you.
It's funny with Zone 4, like especially in the early days, even though I was like the main host, I kind of became the straight man for everybody else's jokes. And that's kind of the role I just kind of slid into. And I just let it happen. I just set myself up for it a lot of times too. And it became that role that I played every week on Zone 4. So, and it's part of me because like in real life, I do kind of take the butt of jokes and stuff a lot, but it was like exaggerating that aspect of me in a way. So
for sure. I think we do that to Michael now, not as much, but we do have another comment. And then Jay actually texted me about Media Madness. So sadly, we're gonna have to wrap this up. But this actually became a really cool side little podcast pre-show.
We should do it more often, Kat.
We should. It's because it's fun. It's fun just to shoot the breeze for sure. And we actually, what's cool is that we actually have like a lot of new commenters. Like these aren't like, the people we usually see. So
yeah, that's cool. Our I don't even know how to pronounce it. Razio. RZA. Yeah, whatever. Better to not fake it and become jaded and complaining. Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I would love to actually keep this because this is actually a really cool show. I just thought this was going to be a test show.
Yeah, I know, me too.
But maybe we'll just call it Chilling with Frontline. You guys can watch it. We can title like, what happens when you make your career, your hobbies your career. And
there you go.
That, so that'll be your title. So let us know if you want us to keep this or not.
Yeah. And again, if we do keep it, we apologize for that comment.
Yeah, we're sorry. I honestly didn't notice it either. I would be like, Brant, take that down. I'm right as you read it. I was like, oh, okay. But we do appreciate the first half of your comment. But after that, we do try to be a friendly show.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to wrap it up because I am going to go on Media Madness and set that up. And thanks, Brant. And I guess thanks to myself that we end up having some free time to do this. But
yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Kat. So have a good time on Media Madness. And
thank you.
Everybody tune in Tuesday night for Frontline Live because this can be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye. And it does take a minute to go.